What it do, you too? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. Today's video, I want to talk about what really happened to Takeoff and Quavo. What really happened to Takeoff and Quavo, but what really happened to Takeoff. So look, in this video, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit to paint the picture for you so you can see where I'm going with this, okay? Because nobody has said this yet. Nobody has said this yet. Nobody has said this yet. Like I said, this channel, we look at shit from a metaphysical, spiritual perspective. And don't get me wrong, we look at shit from a reality perspective because I respect reality because that's what it is. That's reality. But at the end of the day, if you can't see this shit, you are blind or you are with the play. Now let's get into it. Excuse me, sorry. I had to get that mucus out. Anyway, so what really happened to the Migos is the Migos was set up. Yes, that's 100% facts. The Migos, the Migos was set up. The Migos was set up. Just like Gunna was set up. Young Thug was set up. YSL was set up. YFE and Lucci was set up. MBG Duck was set up. Young Dolph was set up. Mo 3. Um, what's up? A lot of Cash Desto. XXX. I keep going on, but let me slow it down. Let me break it down for you. I just wanted to name a few names, let you know that I am aware. So look, check this out. So Migos, Takeoff, Quavo was set up. Now, if you don't know, see, J Prince Jr. and Mob Ties is the new Masonic Death Row. Yes, they're the new Masonic Death Row, which means that they basically are like the new Black Boule. Like they are part of the Black Boule, but they like the new enforcement team that's put in place to basically kill artists and steal their masters, and to stop certain artists or certain groups from rising or ever being the same. Now, what does that mean? Migos, remember, Migos always been a dope ass group. I used to listen to Migos, but they used to be dropping mixtapes. You see what I'm saying? Young Rich Nigga, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. You know, back in the day, 2013, 2014 type shit. So I've been fucking with the Migos, you know what I'm saying? And the success they got in the mainstream, they deserve it because they worked their ass off. But the thing about it is, you see, the Migos fell off for a while, right? They was having their little issues. They family, of course, they gonna have their issues. Cardi B came in the picture. They really had their issues because you know Offset. Come on, bro. Offset one of them horny motherfuckers. So of course Cardi B came in the picture. He all over her. Can't blame him. You see what I'm saying? But you know he gonna choose her. You know, cause that's his like immediate family now. He got kids with that shit. They got kids together. Offset and Cardi B. So he gonna choose them over his own family. Not saying like he don't rock with his family, but he gonna be more into his immediate family because that's the family he created. But he's still blood related to Offset. I mean, he's still Offset, still blood related to Takeoff and Quavo. That's why they having their little issues. You see what I'm saying? And remember, when when Lil Baby, when Lil Baby and Offset they was gambling and shit in Atlanta a couple years back. Remember, Offset ended up getting I think he ended up getting robbed and stripped naked by Lil Baby and them. And I ain't saying Lil Baby and them got nothing to do with this shit, but I'm just saying, you see, just gambling in general, gambling with street niggas, and then you see y'all was already targets anyway. You see it with shit that happened to Offset. They didn't learn. Fast forward it, right? Migos split up. They didn't come out that Quavo or Offset or Takeoff, whichever one, they all sleeping with the same girl or some shit. They behind each other backs on some weird shit. They come to find out, so that's more collateral damage to the situation they got going on. Then remember, Migos already gonna split up. And they wasn't really dropping shit like that. They kind of fell back because they was really getting their bread off of Versace, Hannah Montana. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Bad and Bougie. They still getting bread off that, like real money off that shit. You see what I'm saying? So so they always gonna eat, but they wasn't really dropping shit musically. Fast forward, Quavo Takeoff, they dropped a new single together, Messy. The shit #1 on trending. I don't know if it's still #1 on trending right now, but it's been #1 on trending for like a week now. You see what I'm saying? And they was having a album release party. You see the keywords trending, album release party, Migos. You see what I'm saying? And I think it was one the Prince's birthday that day on Halloween. I think it was Jazz Prince or Jay Prince Jr. One of the two. One of their birthdays was that day. You see what I'm saying? So that was the whole perfect plan to set them up. And the reason why they would want to set them up is because see, remember Jay Prince Sr. don't got nothing to do with this shit. He kind of like, cause I mean, of course you don't know the relationship behind the scenes and shit like Jay Prince Jr. and Jay Prince Sr. and all them. But just from looking on the outside, I mean, from the on the outside looking in, it look like Jay Prince Sr. don't really fuck with his son like that. It's kind of like y'all grown to your own shit or whatever. It's kind of like that's what it looked like. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know. Oh shit, we don't know. We don't know. But they set up Duke the jeweler. You see what I'm saying? Duke didn't rap, but Duke had something valuable. He was beating their ass in that dice game, and he had $1 million worth of jewelry on. He had all that other jewelry, and shit, in them bags and shit. You see what I'm saying? So they was like, "Oh, that's an easy stain." You see what I'm saying? And then you gotta remember, like I'm saying, with the Migos, it's the album release party and shit. So it's the perfect time to get them because look, Jay Prince Jr. and them, like I said, they the new Sonic Death Row. So their whole purpose is to kill artists and try to recruit their masters. And if they can't get their masters, it's to kill artists to knock certain groups and certain artists off so they'll never be the same. So they won't be making that same bread in the future or that longevity money like as they doing now. Like Migos is making longevity money. They making generational wealth. They still gonna be making generational wealth. But the whole plan was for Quavo and Takeoff to die. They both were supposed to die that night. Real shit. Real shit. And I ain't saying that on no hater shit. I fuck with the Migos. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. And how can you say that? How can you say that? That Jay Prince will get and Bob Tykes is the new Death Row. It's the new Masonic Death Row. I can tell you because it's like this. Look at the fucking pattern. Look how he did Duke. Even before Duke. I think FBG Duck was signed to either Rap a Lot or he was signed. Yeah, I think he was signed to Rap a Lot or something. All of a sudden, he randomly get blicked. But we already know the situation with that. It's supposedly supposed to be some people from old block or whatever. But that's what I'm saying though. But what's the chances of all that happening as soon as he signed a Rap a Lot? You see what I mean? Like, come on, bro. It's all a part of the plot. Then look at Young Dolph. And let me go back to Duck. Rest in peace, Duck. But notice, Duck was supposed to drop a new project too. He's supposed to drop some new music too. Take his whole scene, his whole rap career to a new level. They whacked him. So they did the Young Dolph. Young Dolph is in his prime. Young Dolph is finna drop a new tape. Young Dolph had just dropped new music a couple months before that situation happened. A couple weeks or a couple months before that situation happened. He ended up dying too mysteriously. Boom. And in November. Mo 3, same way. Mo 3, fucking with Lil Boosie. I ain't saying Lil Boosie got nothing to do with that. But I'm saying, it goes to show that Lil Boosie a target too. Because you see the more successful artists become, the more targets they is. And he was signed to Empire. Like I said, if they can't get Gazi and they can't get Empire and try to audit them and do all that shit like how they did Irv Gotti and them, what's the next best thing to do? Get Hitman to knock down their artists and set up their artists? Come on, bro. It's the same. That's all they doing. They setting up artists and trying to get their masters. And if they not getting their masters, they just setting up artists because they getting something from the Illuminati or the higher ups or the Freemasons to do these things. Why you think these people still walking around and shit like that for now? And once the Freemasons done using them, they gonna use them dry. And boom, you gonna hear about some crazy stories of these people disappearing or never been heard from. On some weird shit, or their careers flopping. Ooh, you know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, it's weird. That's what I'm saying. And the whole thing is they was hoping Offset was gonna be with them too, because they wanted to set all of them up and tell you these the Freemasonic plays that they do. And shout out to King Rob, the Tube Don. He was talking about this on his last channel. You see what I'm saying? Before they deleted his last channel, which was Robert Ketchum Mason Jr. You know what I'm saying? He talked about this shit. And he was talking about the plays that these people do, and they try to set you up. The same thing with King Von. Album release party, dropping new music, about to take his image to a next level. Got set up, got killed. Come on, bro, that was a setup. Back in the day, many artists, this is happening too, because Mob Ties is the new Masonic death row. I'm telling you. And their job is nothing but Hollywood whackers to kill and set up and coming artists to stop the generational wealth and try to acquire as many assets as you can and bring that shit back to the elites. Wake the damn up. You know what I'm saying? Fair act use. This is allegedly, but really think about it. That's what the spiritual metaphysical, you know what I'm saying? But really look at the physical evidence. The same people keep dying the same way, and these certain people that's linked to certain people, what people keep getting mysteriously fucked up in these dice games and shit. You know what I mean? That if they get fucked up in a dice game, they get hit up in a strategic hit. It's all strategic. This is rolling the dice season with the blood sacrifices. Rolling the dice, real shit. They taking artists left. They taking artists out left and right. And there's gonna be more blood sacrifices to come soon because they need blood sacrifices. See, the more blood sacrifices you do to Satan, the more sacrifices is expected of you, and the more shit you have to sacrifice yourself. You know what I mean? And if you stop feeding the demons come to feed on you. And that's why a lot of these artists and shit is disturbed and shit. Like, you look at J. Chris Jr. shit, that motherfucker look disturbed. Because they play with a dangerous game. You know? Real shit. That was the whole point. The Migos was all of them was supposed to die that night. But they was like, we got take off. There's all these witnesses that's good enough. Let's dip. Man, wake the damn up.